Hi there and welcome to 3Spoonies. We're your hosts, Joe, Karen and Claire. We're discussing being green with a disability. Join us as we dive in.
Three Spoonies is sponsored by Grow Radio. Grow Radio is an online radio station dedicated to bringing you a different podcast on the hour, every hour. We are proud that 3Spoonies is played on Grow Radio and to be part of their podcasting community. If you want to listen to the station, explore their shows, check out their many blogs, workshops or videos to improve your podcasting skills, head over to growradio.uk today.
So, hello there. I'm Joe from Bright Cat Business Solutions.
I'm Karen from Pony.
And I'm Claire from Sparkle's Gift Boutique.
And we're 3Spoonies navigating our way through life and business with not enough spoons. And we're discussing being green with a disability. Guest this week is Jannette Jones from Any Green Will Do. Jannette, welcome. Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell people what you do?
Right, thanks very much, Joe. Yeah, as she kindly mentioned, my name is Jannette Jones and my company is Any Green Will Do. Just think Jason Donovan and you will never forget my name. What do? I have been in the eco world for 8 years. I started it when I became a grandma and I spent 7 years of that with a company that sold cleaning products for you and your home. They sadly closed, but I have pivoted and I now sell eco and ethical gifts with the knowledge that I've gained in previous years to help with any questions. And I make things as easy as possible because I don't do complicated.
We don't like complicated here. Well,
No, it takes too much effort to get complicated and I don't do effort.
No. Okay, so thank you, Jannette. I enjoy watching what you do and all the new things you come out with. Do you find it's harder to be green with a disability than not? Because I don't want to set Karen off on a rant yet.
I don't think so. I mean, I've got a disability myself. I'm living with multiple sclerosis. So I'm fully aware of all the effort and fatigue and you can't do too many things at once or you can't do anything at once sometimes. So I completely get it, which is why I don't do complicated and I don't do stress because as we all know, that makes us fatigued as well. So you can do green. Anybody with anything or nothing can do green if they want to. And what you have to remember is doing something is better than nothing. And I really do keep saying that to people, that just think it, do it. And if you just do the one thing, it's better than what you didn't do before.
Yeah, it's also easy for you to keep up with. If you try and replace everything, that can be quite an ask. Are there any sort of really easy swaps you'd suggest to people who don't really know where to start?
I would suggest, I'm hoping, or I know that what's available to everybody is recycling, because you get the bin man round once a fortnight and you keep the glass and the plastics and the newspapers. So that is a really easy thing to do. That is, you don't have to go out of your way to do it because they come and collect your rubbish and they sort it for you. So that's really easy. Doing things like changing your washing up liquid or buying a bar of soap instead of a liquid soap. Those little things are really good because you only have to do them once every so often. One of the things that I always suggest to people, which takes 30 seconds and it can change for a lifetime, change your search engine to Ecosia. Ecosia. Now, Ecosia plants trees for every search that you do. So what they end up doing is it's like a CIC, it's a charity. And what they do with any funds which are raised, they plant trees around the world wherever they're needed. So just by having instead of doing a Google search, do an Ecosia search, you're making money for the charity and you're planting trees. So that is a really easy thing to do. I think it's run by Bing. So you can just add it onto your search engine option thing. So that's easy. Just do it once, and then every time you search on the computer, you've made a difference.
I check Being Green.
Easy.
So what about changes you could make in business, for instance? For someone like Claire, when it's product-based, is there a way to make sure you've got some more ethical choices, or that your suppliers are more ethical?
It's the problem is with the internet, and everybody's jumping on the bandwagon to sell you something green, sell you something eco. There is an incredible amount of greenwashing going on, which is where, if people who don't know that, is where people say that they're doing green stuff and they're not. They're just spending money on saying that they're doing green stuff. They're not. So that comes with knowledge. Look into the products, look into the companies and things like that. But I'll say one of the questions that I know a lot of people ask is, for argument's sake, like plastic pens, because plastic lasts about 200 years. So that's obviously how you get your microplastics and all that sort of thing as well. But now there are companies that do things using different products. So you can get pens which are made from cork, or you can get them made from recycled plastic bottles, or you can get them actually made from paper, so that all of these are recyclable, and you don't have the plastic that you would have if you were doing a standard plastic biro that you can use. There are growing numbers of companies out there which can offer you eco alternatives. Now, I know Claire does a lot of glitter with her things, and they're absolutely beautiful and sparkly, and everybody needs a bit of glitter. But you can now get glitter which is not glitter as it was, but it's a different glitter, and it is biodegradable. So you get the same effect, but it's not the effect on the planet that is put up for concern. So there is a lot more products out there which can give you an alternative. Some of them can be really expensive, but keep looking, because they are not all the same. They are varying price ranges, if that is obviously a concern to you, with the fundamental, obviously the cost of living at the moment as it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have kind of seen it with some of my suppliers. I do, as one of my tote bags, they're all they're recycled, they're made from recycled products. And I'm waiting on a sample of some t-shirts to see what they're like as well. Just so I can kind of do my bit of, so much of it is kind of like consumable waste. Because yeah, when you're just putting things together, and I have seen the glitter that you're talking about, I haven't tried it yet.
Well, but I mean, what I'm finding is there's a stat going around. I think it's like up nearly 85% of all customers now look for a company which is more green or more eco in how they are advertising or how they are producing their products and this sort of thing. So it's for every company's interest to do something which is more green and eco. But yes, I've actually just started selling beach towels on my website, but they're made from 100% recycled plastic bottles. So people are actually, yes, it's a shame you've got the plastic bottles in the first place, but using them for something rather than just throwing them away and recycling them is got to be a good thing. So yes, I know that a lot of trade places now actually do have a really big eco section for selling products or merchandise or giveaways or whatever. So it really is a good thing going on at the moment.
Yeah, there's much better alternatives available, and also much better information, because I didn't realise how terrible cotton was in terms of the water it uses up. And I was thinking having 7 million cotton tote bags was a great thing, but apparently you need to use them over 100 times before it actually helps the environment. And I had no idea. So no one needs 7 million tote bags. I'm just putting that out there. Not even me.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned cotton, or not mentioned cotton as the case may be. The cotton, a few stats for you. There's a lake in Uzbekistan which is actually gone because of the use of water for the local cotton plantations. 20% of the world's use of pesticide and 22% of the world's use of insecticide are sprayed on the cotton plant, which is frightening. And especially when you look at feminine hygiene. And I'm like, oh, no, thank you very much. So, yeah, it just happened to be that cotton was the material of choice back in the days. And obviously, several hundred years ago, they didn't realise the concern and the worries that there would be with such a wonderful cotton at the time. So it is, yeah, if you can do something different than cotton, do it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, if you don't know, you don't know. And I think there's a lot out there we have no idea about because we don't see the effects close up.
No, this is it. I mean, I mean, one of my favourite one of my sayings is, you don't know what you don't know. And it's as simple as that. But which is why I'm trying to get out there and let people know, just so that they can make choices. And it's all about making the right choice with the information that you've been given.
Which is why we're so happy you decided to come and educate.
Thank you very much.
So it's now time for some spoons full of loveliness and loads of great things from our sponsors.
Organising the entertainment for a special event or party can be a headache, but it doesn't have to be. Give BJK Entertainment Limited a call and let us do it for you. Wherever you are in the UK, we'll provide the entertainment that'll make your event have energy and excitement. We'll find you a singer, a magician, or even a bouncy castle, and so much more that adapts perfectly to your needs. Whether it's a band from Birmingham, a magician from Manchester, a DJ from Derby, a singer from Southampton, or even a clown from Cardiff, we have you covered. As one of our delighted customers recently put it was fabulous to just turn up and be entertained because Ben did all the hard work for us. If you want to be equally delighted with your event anywhere in the UK, give us a call on 07584 070 865 or email on ben@bjkentertainment-ltd.co.uk. BJK Entertainment Limited, giving you your party your way. SH Policy Support, helping small businesses and sole traders create and refine the policies and procedures they need to thrive. Whether you're looking to streamline your operations, ensure compliance, or build a strong foundation for growth, SH Policy Support offers the consultancy and tailored guidance that fits your unique needs. From startups to established businesses, they'll work closely with you to develop clear, effective strategies that make a real impact. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit shpolicysupport.co.uk to get started today.
So welcome back to our episode on being green with a disability with Jannette Jones. Karen, I'm going to hand back over to you.
Why, thank you. Yeah, my next question was on things like home offices and things like that. Sometimes if you've got a business, you can find you've got lots of little bits and bobs that can add up. Is there a way you can make your office more sustainable, better for the environment, or things like your paperwork, compliment slips you send out, anything like that? Are there any better alternatives we could be using?
Put a plant in your office. That's an easy thing to do. And it's the whole good with the old oxygen. And also it makes you feel better. Just remember to water it. Is having a plant or two, and it makes you feel better in the office, and you're doing something which is healthy, and that's an obvious one to do, but just remember to water it, obviously. You can get things. My compliment slips are actually made from seaweed paper.
Oh,
so it's one of these things that there are alternatives, but again, you don't know what you don't know, and who knew that there was such a thing as seaweed paper? It's very random. But my compliments, my business cards are made from recycled paper. So I know you need a certain amount of, if you like, virgin paper to create recycled paper. But if you're just using and printing just recycled paper is absolutely fine. You can get some really nice quality recycled paper that you can get nowadays. It's not like it was 25 years ago, which was a bit dodgy and a bit funny colouring and all that sort of thing. You can actually use it, which is great. If you only print something out if you have to, and if you send an email to someone, or you send them something that they can print out if they want to, make sure you don't have one line on the next page. Make sure that you squash it all in, or reduce the size, or increase the margins or something. So if they want to print something out, it's only going to take one page rather than one page and 2 lines on the next page. So that's another good way of doing that. Don't throw away ink cartridges. It's illegal to actually throw away ink cartridges.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is, because all the toxins and the chemicals in the cartridge will seep out and through. So there are companies which will take your cartridges when you've finished with them. And I've got a friend of mine who even makes little things out of the cartridge when they're finished with them. I mean, she makes individual headstones for the pets in the garden, and all that sort of thing. It's absolutely brilliant, and you just need these people coming up with these ideas, and the world's your oyster. So keep an eye on your ink cartridges.
I know with my ink, because I use HP Instant Ink, so they send me out a certain amount. They do send a resealable bag, so I can send the empty cartridges back and they recycle them. And there are a few places you can purchase ink from, where especially if your ink cartridges are refillable, and you can just take them there and refill them, so that you're not just constantly getting new plastic every time. I do know them ones.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely brilliant. It's the awareness again. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but I will find out when we have a break and I'll let you know what it is. But there is a website that you can just type in your own website address, and it tells you whether you are being hosted by a green company. And then you can have a little certificate that you stick on your website, which says that I am a green company. And it's free. And obviously, if you're not hosted by a green website, I would change it to someone who is. So that's another easy, free thing that you can do for not necessarily, if you've got a business, brilliant. And then you can get it checked out. And then again, there's another little thing which will show the customer that you are actually doing something green, because you're thinking about who hosts it and how they host it and the energy which is used for hosting that company.
Yeah, that can be really worth checking out, because again, that can be something that varies hugely, and you wouldn't want to be contributing necessarily to someone who's not very ethical without realizing. So for a lot of people, they might not know, it might not be the best choice.
Well, exactly. You might go on recommendation, but the person who recommended you might not realize information about the company that you're now supporting. In fact, the company,
really good, because then Claire can stick it in the show notes and everybody else can do it as well.
Exactly. It's the Green Web Foundation.
So what about travel? That can be a difficult one, especially if you've got fewer options. What are some good ways to travel?
It is difficult with traveling. Obviously you're going to fly when you go on holiday if you're going to go away somewhere hot and exotic, but it's the obvious. You use public transport, because they are doing the route anyway. So if you can get on the bus, if you can get on the train or the coach, which has been, now obviously I'm aware that with some people with some disabilities will find it more difficult to use public transport or access public transport. And although they are getting a lot better with access, I know that it can be quite difficult and cumbersome. And the one thing as I said at the beginning of the meeting, that doing something is better than nothing. So if you need to get a taxi to your hospital appointment, get a taxi for your hospital appointment, because it is, you've got to do it, and don't beat yourself up about it. I know that a lot of people stay in the UK for their holidays, which is brilliant. And they may find that it's they go with a tent, so they can just pitch up on a campsite and have the holiday there, which is brilliant. Because, but obviously just be careful on the take your rubbish home with you, and also be careful as to what you're using and how it's packed and things like that. But even just buying a fresh loaf of bread and some fresh ham rather than a packed ham is better, because you're saving the plastic. So again, it's a holiday, so you want to put your feet up and not do very much, but do what you can. Take a drinks bottle with you, so you don't have to buy bottles of plastic water. That's a good start. Or plastic bottles of water. You know, take your own.
Plastics. It's all plastic water, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, so it's those simple things. It's like if you're spending time in the UK, you're going to do a lot of walking. There's a lot of controversy about hybrid cars and electric cars, and whether it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. That's going to be down to personal choice. But it's, again, what is best for you in your situation that you can do. But use public transport in the UK. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that seems fair. And sometimes collaborating as well can be a
Yeah.
good thing. Like sometimes things can be better if you can buy them in bulk, but there's only so many chickpeas you can eat. So if there's some other people who eat them and you can share.
Exactly. I mean, it's like do car share, whether you're working or going on holiday or whatever's. If you know that somebody else is doing the same trip, catch a lift, give them a couple of quid for the money, or buy them a coffee. But it's, again, that will save time, and it will save traffic, and it will save congestion.
It's all a win, yeah. And if we can all help each other out, then all the better.
Well, exactly. I mean, it would help you out, because you're saving money and traffic and the fumes and everything else which gets pumped out into the atmosphere with people using a car or a motorbike. Bicycle's great, but obviously if you're disabled, I wouldn't even go near a bicycle, to be honest with you. But those who are fit and raring, go for it.
Those that aren't us.
Yeah.
I mean, we went green points because none of us drive, so therefore we have to use public transport.
Yeah.
I do agree on car sharing. If someone's going anyway and they're happy to give you a lift, it also gets rid of any problems around public transport. And you might be less knackered. All right, so we've got a couple of minutes left. Do you have any essential tips? I know we asked where you should start, but
don't beef yourself up over it. Do what you can. Ask for help if you don't know something. Just ask for some help. Either contact me. I'm always happy to help if it means doing something eco. It's a minefield. One of the problems is virtually everything sold on the high street has got harmful chemicals in it, because unless it's essential oils based, if you smell a smell, it's chemicals. And what they often do is create a smell to cover up the smell of the chemicals. So it is very easy to buy, I don't know, laundry detergent. You think, oh, it smells nice. But what you've got to remember is those chemicals are going onto your body, and if you sleep in it or whatever, obviously your skin's the highest, is the biggest organ in your body, and you're just smothering it with chemicals. So it is, think about doing something eco-friendly. With your washing, I would say that would be most important thing to change if you can. I've got plenty of ideas and suggestions about different washing methods, but because you're in clothes one way or another 24 hours a day, whether it's sleeping or being up and active. So that's one thing with that. Another thing I've thought of, or I was asked yesterday about, was we get a lot of medication because of the disabilities that we have. And did Superdrug take blister packs?
Yeah.
So if you have any empty blister packs, take them to Superdrug.
Okay.
Now, there is a really good website called TerraCycle, and basically they are a company that collect everything, whether it's crisp packets or Pringle tubes or empty toothpaste tubes, all of this sort of thing. You can gain access to them and find out where the bins are in the UK that you can save up and go and drop off a bag full of all these things that you think aren't recyclable, but there is a company out there which can recycle them. So it's obviously single-use plastic is a big. I mentioned that the toothpaste tubes as a single-use plastic, toothbrushes are single-use plastic, and when you realise that every toothbrush used is still in existence because it's not recyclable. Now, as I've got dexterity problems, I use an electric toothbrush. There's no point in me buying a bamboo one because I can't clean my teeth properly. But you can buy recyclable heads to go on your electric toothbrush. So although you're keeping the electric toothbrush, which is all plastic, yes, but it is also recyclable, you can just change the heads so you can recycle the heads as well. So that's something that I can't change, but I change a lot of other things as well. So that is it's a win as far as I'm concerned.
The takeaway is do what you can when you can.
Yeah.
There's no rush, but you're thinking about it, and then you can do it. Do one room at a time, do one area at a time, and then you'll be more prone to continue doing it. And another good idea is use up what you've got. There's absolutely no point in throwing away the stuff that you've got. Because if it's got chemicals in it, it's still got chemicals in it, whether you throw it away or use it. And also it's going to cost you money because you've bought the product anyway. So use it. You've been using it up for however many years you've had a house. So just another month isn't going to make any difference. But when it comes to replacing it, buy an eco version of it.
Fabulous. Okay, Jannette, thank you for joining us. Would you like to tell people where they can find you and your lovely products to help with their green journey?
Of course, thank you, Joe. Yeah, it's Any Green Will Do, which is quite good actually, because I was thinking about it, and as well as it being good for Jason Donovan, it is literally any green will do. Doing something is better than nothing. So you will find me on Facebook. You will find me on Instagram. I'm trying TikTok, but you know how TikTok goes, and on LinkedIn. But on LinkedIn, I'm Jannette Jones, Jannette.Jones, and my email is Jannette anygreenwilldo@outlook.com.
Fabulous. Go check Jannette out and go see what lovely things she's got. So thank you for joining us, 3Spoonies, being green with a disability. We'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for our weekly podcast and leave us a review. You can find us on social media, and we'd love it if you join us in the Business Success Network for Disabled Entrepreneurs Facebook group. You can also buy us a coffee if you like what we do. All the links will be in the show notes, and we'll see you next week for community questions. Have a great day and keep track of your spoons.